What up, everyone? Before we get to Tim's list of glory and list of shame, he sent this to me yesterday. I was editing it, and Daniel Jones was announced as the starter for the Giants. It's not reflected in the video. We did a podcast earlier on today. I'll put a link to that in the description, and let's get to Tim.
Hey, Bleedbigblue. Tim from the podcast. Just want to come talk to you guys. It was another tough game, and it was our home opener, which is definitely disappointing when we lose to the Buffalo Bills. Now, I'm not saying the Bills are a bad team. Actually, I like the way they play, but I didn't like the way we played today. But I'm gonna get into that. This is time for our lists. List of glory, list of shame. As usual, I want to hear what you guys think. Just let me know what your lists are. I'd love to hear them. Number 1 on my list of glory, as usual, and I think he's probably going to be a mainstay on this list of glory, is Saquon Barkley.
You just made the list.
He had 107 yards rushing, long touchdown, 3 receptions for 28 yards. He's the one bright spot on this team that I can count on happening. I need some more bright spots. And not only do I need bright spots, first of all, I need this bright spot to start getting used more. But we're going to definitely get into that later. But Saquon, props to you. Welcome to the list of glory, which you'll probably be on almost every week. Number 2 on my list of glory. You know what? The guy stepped up. Shepard was out with a concussion, and Benny Fowler came in.
You just made the list.
Came out with a 20-yard run. Also, he had 5 receptions for 51 yards. Now, I'm not saying these stats are blown out of your mind or anything like that, but he played well. And let's be honest, guys, he's our, number 4? Yeah, I would think he's like our number 4 on the depth chart. And he played well. He plays well on special teams. So I'm going to give props to Benny Fowler for him coming in and doing what he needed to do. So, props to you, Benny, for making the list of glory. Number 3 on my list of glory. Now, I was going through, and it's honestly tough to figure out the positives when you're pissed off with the way the team plays, which I was today. But number 3, I'm going to go with Evan Engram.
You just made the
He had 6
list.
receptions for 48 yards. Obviously, the one big reception for 33. It was a big part of that. But my thing is, he was the only one they were probably worried about in the receiving game, and he still got his receptions. I'm just looking forward to when Shepard gets healthy, Golden Tate's back, what this offense is going to look like. Because we need some receivers that can scare some people, and right now we don't have those. And we need some people that can get open. So I want Evan Engram to be taking advantage of mismatches and not getting double teamed. But he's doing what he's got to do. At least he's a bright spot. I want to, give props to Evan Engram. Welcome to the list of glory. Number 2. Number 2. I'm losing it, guys. We're going into the list of shame, which really is the number 2, because you guys did look like shit. Number 1 is my boy. Is the guy I root for, but you know what? I can't do it no more. Eli. Yes, I know.
Shame.
You had 2 interceptions, 250 for a touchdown. On paper, not horrible, but if you watch the game, you're checking down too much. Your deep ball's gone, and you're not mobile, which you never were. Not your fault. But I don't like to see you go out like this, especially when everybody knows Daniel Jones should be in there right now. Especially, if you got to roll out, why wouldn't Daniel Jones have a better way of doing that if you got to roll out? And honestly, Daniel Jones has a better deep ball. He's more accurate. Eli, I think it's time to move on. I pretty much known it was been time to move on from last year, but I wish you the best. I hope you get a win in here until they bench you. But honestly, I'm hoping for the benching sooner than later. But Eli, welcome to the list of shame. I can't have Captain Checkdown be on the list of glory. Number two hurts my heart. Deandre Baker, cornerback from Georgia, our first round pick. I was excited. That we got him. Because this kid's a shutdown corner. But right now, I don't know if we're messing with his confidence or he just got too much going on right now where he's trying not to make a mistake instead of just playing. But he's not playing well. He's not reaching the point he needs to be. And I know this is a young team and it's going to take time to learn. But Deandre Baker, just start playing. Start playing the way you're capable of, instead of just trying not to make a mistake and then you're giving up touchdowns anyway. But I'm very disappointed in the way you're playing so far. I hope this changes around. I hope you get it together. Whoever helps you out doing that, or whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it. But shame on you, Deandre Baker, for making me put you on this list. Now, number 3, and I don't know who else not to put. Why I can't put these guys on the list because they have to be on the list. I'm putting Shermer and Betcher on the list. Let's put the whole coaching staff, because as far as I'm concerned, you're not making adjustments. You're not sticking with what works, such as let's keep running Saquon. I understand you're trying to preserve him, but you know what? Why do we look awesome on the first drive and then not look? We can't replicate that the rest of the game. Why? Because you don't run Saquon. As far as like Betcher, hey, I know you have young talent on this team, and you got to make adjustments because some people have better talents than others. But you got to do something with this scheme. Because yes, I know we got a little bit of pressure on Josh Allen, but it's still not enough. And you're leaving this young secondary out to dry, and you're going to completely kill their confidence and their development if you're just getting toasted all day long. So we need some adjustments. I don't know what to do. I'm not exactly sure what to do, but that's your job. So coaching staff, let's be better. You need to be better, or you should be gone. I hope you aren't on the list of shame again, but shame on you guys for being put on the list. Now, that's the game, guys. I want to just talk real quick on what I think needs to happen. I think you all know that we had the podcast think Daniel Jones should be starting. I don't see the reason not to. This is not a playoff team, as much as I wish it was. They're not even showing glimpses of being in the top third of the NFL, let alone, playoff team. So let's start our youngsters. Let's, trade away some of our veterans. Janoris Jenkins was complaining at the end of the game, which I totally understand. I can understand his frustration. But you know what? Let's trade him to a team and get a draft pick for him and let this young squad just learn. And Anthony Bethea, guess what? You're just too old. And you were never that amazing. So you need to take a seat and let's see let's see Love play. I want to see Love play some free safety. I want to do whatever needs to happen for this team to get better. That's all I'm asking. I know that's all you guys want. That's all I want. Because it's definitely frustrating to watch this team go through the same motions again. As much as it would be nice to have a top draft pick when the draft comes, I really don't want to be in the top 5 again. It's pretty bad when there's only a few teams that are playing worse than you right now, and one of them is Miami, and Miami's trying to lose. But we'll get into all that in the podcast. Hey, you guys call in. We do it 10 o'clock on Wednesdays, Eastern time. give us a call, write comments, and we love to hear from you guys. Give me your lists. I know you probably don't disagree with my list, or at least would like to make some changes. Let's see what you got. You know what? I'm going to keep watching this season, but it's tough because I bleed big blue. Always.